Sup guys, this is desRow. Today we're going to be looking at a PvT guide. This is finally a macro guide. Basically turtling into storm, into macro. It's a nice style. This game is me versus FXOXD. FXOXD almost qualified for Code last qualifier. He ended up losing, I think, 1-2 to Bomber in the finals of his qualifier bracket. So he's definitely a good player. I almost beat him. I played him for the EWM Weekly. I almost beat him. I lost 1-2. Um, yeah, he's just really good. Hold on, I'm gonna. I'm back online. So here, PvT, non-Palan, 12 Scout, 11 Scout, 13 Gate. I'll fast forward a little bit since it's a macro game. The beginning's kind of simple. Talk about the basics in the other videos. So 15 gas. Gonna delay the third chrono boost on the warrior research. Gonna make my second pound on here. Just gonna warp in on the low ground later on, and not have to be bothered by making another pound on over there. I saw that he had no gas. Gonna leave with my probe. We're gonna slow down for a second. I'm actually gonna skip the zealot, which is gonna be a big mistake because that guy loves to make eBays. Because that guy's an asshole. He's not an asshole. He's actually really nice. I met him in person, and he speaks English, and you know, he's a really nice guy. So, but he's an asshole for making eBays. This, you know, everyone's an asshole at some point in their life. That guy is only an asshole when he decides to make eBays versus Protoss. Look at the difference. Like this is done, and this is not complete. This is not even started. Life is sad. So, I've got some notes for the PvT build. Oh god. That I don't follow to the T. Basically, you want to be chronoing a lot of probes. You want to chrono your first stalker. You want to do an early nexus. This is, by the way, those notes are what I copied from the original replay of that build. But the main thing about it is you go 1 gate 1 robo. Then you go 3 gate, then you make a couple observers, then you go into storm. Well, I mean, you make a twilight, and then you make storm. You go for like 4 sentries right off the bat, and then into a few zealots. And you go to 8 gates, so you go like 3 gates, plus 2 gates, and then you start making templars, and then around 10:30 you should have storm. That's how you should do it. Now, is it going to be like this in this game? Is it going to be exactly like that? Probably not. But the important thing is, yeah, I messed that up in that game. But the important thing is going 1 gate 1 robo. That guy loves to send Marines across the map and just be really aggressive. That's one of his hobby. Look at that! Look at that squad of ninjas. Anyway, so I'm making my yeah, making my 4 sentries. I was forced to make another stalker just to be sure to kill those marines. So started the twilight. I made the 3 gate, then the robo. But what you want to do is you want to do 1 gate 1 robo, and then 2 more gates. Start the twilight. Start the templar cap. You want to double gas like really early at the natural. That's one thing. Like you don't wait to have 16. You just do it like really early so you can have enough gas for charge and templar. This map, it was my first time playing on this map. or well, I mean, my first PvT on this map. I played like 3 games before that were PvZ. It's a good map. It's not that bad of a map, but get some time getting used to. Um, so yeah, chrono. You wanna start getting templars after your 3 centuries or 4 centuries. Then you will start adding some more gates. So even though I didn't follow the build order exactly, although the build order should help you if you really have trouble playing on the fly. Um, you have Storm by 10:30, and I have Storm by 10:22. So even though it wasn't exactly the same, I'm still doing pretty well. Um, so basically that was the build, but since it's a macro build, we're just gonna be looking at what I do, decisions I make. Like you can see right now, he's going for Ghost, so it's basically going to be a micro game. Like if I mess up one, if I get EMP'd, if I miscontrol, my dog is dead. It's a French expression. I don't know if it's an English expression, but anyway. But with this build, your double forge is going to be delayed, and then at this point you can start transitioning into Colossus, because the beauty of this build is you have every base covered. You don't really need anything in the natural since it's in the middle, and they're not going to drop, and they're not going to run there, or if they do, you're going to see it. So, but every spot's covered. That's the beauty of this build. Now, like I said, delayed upgrades, yes, +1. I've just got my double forge, but this is I told you. Well, that was unfortunate. We're gonna have to fix that with something like Sunny Vegas. I'm gonna take this opportunity to go close the window. Hold on. Okay. So like I said, with this build, it's really dangerous, because, I have 4 Templars, and then he can definitely EMP that really easily, and, end the game. So, right now I don't want to, like, push the issue, because I have no upgrades. I definitely don't want to, put myself at risk, since I have my third. He had his third as well. I didn't really do a good job at scouting. I used my observer more as in like to see if he was moving out and stuff. Second robo. It's always good to have it next to the first robo. Fortunately for me, I had no pylons near that first robo, so I was like, I'm really stubborn. I want my robo, my second robo next to my first robo. So here I tried to storm him. Yeah, at that point on, it's just chronoing the upgrades and chronoing those Colossus. And as you can see, I still have no stalkers in my army. Those are the 2 stalkers from the beginning. Because you want to spend, I guess, into upgrades and then 2 Colossus once you've got those Templars covering everything, in your army. Right now I have quite a bit of money, so I could add some gates. That's actually what I'm doing. Where are they? Right here, okay. And it's a macro game from that point on, you know. It's a bit turtly. He has 1-1 upgrade. Starting is 2-2. I'm about to start my 2-2 as well. I don't think he saw my Colossus with his Marine, which is good for me. Now I'm starting to make those stalkers because I'm gonna need. Yeah, that was bad. How come I didn't catch that? Hold on. Because I'm gonna need to push back the Vikings. So if you're going to, oh wow, he went through here. Well, okay. Anyway, leaving a couple cannons is good with those Templars. Like he picked up that Templar for free. Then he almost picked off those stalkers, or he picked off one at least. But I'm about to. Well, I have one Colossus. This. How do I win this? What is wrong with me? He ran? Well. Okay. But yeah, chronoing the upgrades important. Keeping the Colossus production up is important. And at that point, it's all about army control. Yeah, like I said, first time playing on that map, should have had a plan on like one here, 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 and here. Like I should have seen that drop coming. Luckily for me, a Colossus just came out of the robotic, and I should have gone for those drops. Like, what is wrong with me? Yeah, I definitely didn't play perfectly, but what is wrong with me? Go for it. Go. What? What the? Really? Well, you know, you know. Add cannons with a Templar too. It's recipe for success. Our upgrades are the same, but he has a lot more army value than me because he has a lot less SCVs, because he has a lot of orbitals. But here, the goal is to not get EMP'd, or to storm a bit before getting EMP'd. So he didn't see my Templar, like he had no clue where the Templar were. Storming the Vikings can be good. Here it was really scary, because like this is obviously gonna go bad. So, this went really bad, but I have Storm everywhere, so like, he can't really attack right now. Plus I got to kill, oh god, that guy. He was ready to make orbitals. But at least I killed this expansion, that had a full orbital. Those poor guys, they were left behind. Anyway, it's like there's a Templar at every base. Wish I would have made 2 there. If you look at the unit loss tab, I lost more, but I had that base for longer. As you can see. As you can see here, it's not even touched, so that's why I have a sick bank right now, and he's like kind of broke. It's really important to not lose your stalkers for no reason, and in PvT like this, like as soon as the zealots die, I just blink out. And one thing you can do too is like that Templar came from this base. So like every time like, well, here there's no more Templar, but there's idle probes. That's bad, but so I left a Templar here. Then I bring this one, which is gonna help me. Well, which should have helped me clean up. Well, I guess those Colossus are gonna do the job then. Then a round of stalkers. Every time, it's simple, right? Like, the way I see PvT is when they have ghosts, you need Colossus. When you make Colossus, you need stalkers to kill Vikings. And once you get rid of the ghosts, then Zealot, Archon is good units to have. That's the way I see PvT. I should have took that base sooner. And I think at that point I realized that those Archons are soon. No, not even. Does he see it? No, he doesn't see it. I don't see it. Oh yeah, I saw it because no sir. And those two guys, they had a blast. But yeah, PvT is a lot about map control. You see, like right now on the minimap, I have like an observer here, pylon here. Like I see a lot of what's going on, but it's hard to keep track even if you see. I think it's because of the map. It's so bright. Or maybe I'm just bad. It's probably the second option. It's Clogos, the new OP. And I never scouted for this base. And he's gonna make it rain. Or not. But if you just look at the, like at some point, the unit loss tab is something people don't look enough. At some point, I lost more shit, but I had my fort for slightly longer. At this point, I've traded more cost efficiently, and he didn't mine this base at all. And he started mining this base. So he's been on 3 base the whole game, while I've been, you know, on 4 base a lot longer. That's oversaturated, bro. That's a pussy transfer. What the hell? What's wrong with me? Should transfer at least like 16 of them and leave like 5, since those patches are gonna mine out like right now. But yeah, like even at that point, like having a zealot patrol like here and like here just to control where he's gonna flank you, like that. Those kind of things are like really good to do, because at that point it was obvious I was gonna win, but he was just like not moving on, and you know, Koreans, they don't give up. So one thing I should have done sooner is the TT shrine and some more prisms. I got the upgrade, but I never got around to making some more prism. final battle, ladies and gentlemen, for your entertainment only, with the storm, not storming everything. He really gave it his best, but it didn't work out. We're going to be looking at another replay of the storm opening. Hopefully, you guys really get a good feeling of how the build should look like. And it's a really good build. It's a bit tense, like if they try to pressure you and you mess up your force field or something like that. Or since you're going 1K1 robo, if they go 4x pressure, and that can be tense. Like, I don't think on this map I should have done 1K1 robo, given the spawns, because it should have been good for him to do 4x, but... I hate having a cold. So, scouted on 11. I'm gonna skip the zealot here because that's how the builds is supposed to be done from my notes. I think that version of that game is a more close version. Usually what I do is, when I copy a build, I copy it down to like perfectly how it's supposed to be, and then after that I do it on the fly, and I try to have like the main thing about the build is getting stormed by 9:30, so I get stormed by 9:30 and the rest goes, the rest is flexible, really. Shit, starting the sentries. It's really important to have a stalker outside their base. With this build, you only get to have one, but usually two is the best. But with this build, you're saving gas for those. Yeah, I'm actually gonna fail, or almost fail, and lose that stalker. So you want to add this gas really early on. If we look at the notes, you want to double gas at the natural at 645. I did 650, but anyway. Since I went 1K1 robo, this is really tense. If he decides to push out, it might be ugly. I think he's not pushing out for some like weird ass reason. I can still like do good. Like, you see, those force fields were really good. I cut down the number of his units by a little bit. That bought me time for my 2 more gates. You know, like, even if I win 1K1 robo, like, sure, his push wasn't that scary, but. So started adding the twilight. Twilight was delayed of like 40 seconds just because I was under pressure and I failed to make the twilight because I'm bad. Let's see if I follow the timing of 10:30 storm. Starting to add the gates. Be on 5 gates. I'm thinking about getting a third, but really, like, I see that he's gonna push soon. He's gonna have a lot of units, so like, it's not worth trying. I'm gonna add more gates instead. So 10:30 is when you're supposed to have storm. Let's see if that is accurate. Well, even if I was under pressure, my storm was 10 seconds late. So it's definitely not that bad. Yeah, I have charge. I have no upgrades, but I have charge and storm. Like, you know. Let's see how decent I can do in this fight. I'm starting my third, starting 1 forge in Robo Bay. I didn't have a proxy pod on. That's why like this didn't go anywhere. Okay. I kept one Templar in the main. I think I'm gonna make one in the natural eventually. 8 gates. Lots of probe. Oh! Yeah, I don't like flies. Sorry. He's good as third as well. It's a pretty even game, where the unit loss is like even. You lost a bit, slightly more, but with the same food. So right after you get your third, and you have like a Templar to defend everywhere, and like 2-3 Templar in your main army, you start going Colossus. I guess I should go back in the replay and add that to the notes. I'll do that at the end. I was trying. I don't know if I hit the Colossus. Did I hit the Colossus? Hold on, let's see. Yeah, so I hit the Colossus completely. So he's thinking like that he's gonna have a money push. He's scanning, I'm hiding the Colossus. Then he's like, oh shit, there's Colossuses. There's Colossuses. And I don't have an observer. It's really unfortunate. You can see the unit lost that fight went my way. Jesus Christ. Pew! 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 Yeah, snipe is not very nice. I knew it was gonna run out of energy, so I just chased it. So as for the... Oh, what the is wrong with me? So, the upgrades... He's about to have 2-2. My 2-2 is halfway done. So yeah, I just think it's a nice style. I don't think like double forge is that good anyway. Nowadays, it doesn't work that well. For me, at least. So I'm on 8 gate, adding 2 more. My saturation is complete. I could have slightly more, but the number's fine. I've got blink. That's when I started adding the stalkers. So once you have a decent amount of Colossus, you start adding the stalkers and blink. Getting observer speed, so I can like, oh snap, we're both taking the middle one. Observer speed, so you can run out of a scan and dodge the Vikings, or not die to cloak. Should have added some more gates before maxing out to 200, I feel like gates here or something. 10 gates is not that big of a number. Adding the second robo at least. What about some more gates? Where can I see some more gates? Gates, gates, gates. I guess I messed up. I would have added gates. She's got 2-2. My 3-3's on the way. I have an observer. Or did I? Let's look at the army value. He has bigger army value. Because I have a lot of zealots. Oh god, I have so many zealots. I definitely should have had some archons in the mix. Good thing Storm is good. I always do backup Templars when I have Storm. Just because that way, once you get EMP'd or use all your Storm, you still have some Storm in the back that they don't expect. But for that fight, I think I could have won if I had some more Archons, but I just didn't have any Archons. You should have killed the rocks by now. Well, I'm not filling up the gas here, which is really stupid of me to not do that. Rebuilding the Colossus, really important. And something people don't do enough is checking the corner bases. Like, I should have made some pylons as well, like here, like maybe like even here, but so you know, unit lost tab so far. He still lost more than me, and I've had my middle expand saturated for longer, or probes mining there for longer. I didn't have an observer again. Let's look at the beginning of the fight. I'm pretty good at not having an observer. I think it's one of my talents. I had an observer. Where was it? It was right there. Yeah, that's going to be nasty. But I had a Templar here to defend. He didn't have Vikings, or the Vikings got pwned. Damn, you gotta clean up. Yeah, at that point on, he's not gonna be able to catch up unless he does some like amazing drops. Oh yeah, that gate pissed me off. That poor Colossus, he was stuck all alone. And the corner. Making observers again, so it won't happen. Here you really have to be careful the way you engage. By the way, control groups, everything in one, except the Templar. Stalker's on 2, so I can do 2B, and then 3 storm. I was scared my overlay was messed up. It would have been so sad. I've been doing this for like 50 minutes. Okay. So, blink underneath the Vikings. Where am I, Storm? Oh, they're right here. Backup Templar right here. They're quite far. Usually, I'll keep them like here, Anyway, army value even, but that's not enough. He's not gonna be able to get rid of 5 Colossus. Yep. Thank you for coming, bro. Oh. Meanwhile in the main, hold on. Meanwhile in the main, since I had a lot of gas, I made some Templars and made some Archons in the main. Archons are not that bad. He just didn't want to quit. It's like those 2 turns until they had like 50 food. They're like no quitters. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this. It's a turtling style, but it's definitely a fun style because there's just no turns that open ghosts anymore. So like unless they open ghosts, and I think even if they open ghosts, since you go 1 get 1 robo. I think it's just really a good build. So I hope you guys enjoy it. If you have any questions, just ask in the comment section below. Please make sure to subscribe to the channel. Also, follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/desrowfighting. Like me on Facebook, facebook.com/desrowfighting. And follow my stream on Twitch TV, twitch.tv/desrowfighting. Thanks for watching. Peace!